How's it going, everybody? I am the Texas Man. I hope you guys are all having a spectacular day. Please give this video a thumbs up if you guys really enjoy it. Subscribe if you guys have not already. Also, do me the biggest favor of all, hit that bell notification button and select all for all notifications so you guys don't miss out on future videos or streams here on the Texas Man channel. Also, please head over to Twitch and follow me at Douglas447. No caps, no spaces. And of course, we're going to be continuing on with reading Stacey, the Dark Secret, the sequel to Stacey. This is part number 3. Make sure you guys watch part 1 and part 2. I apologize for any noise that you guys might hear in the background. My neighbor is mowing their yard at this bizarre time of the day. So I apologize for any noise that's in the background of this video ahead of time as we continue to read throughout this book. Also, I want to let you guys know to check out 2 things. First of all, I have put out a couple more playlists to help make it where it'll be easier for you guys to navigate my channel and find content that maybe you guys have missed because you guys are newer subscribers. And if you guys are old subscribers, there's a lot of videos that I have ported over from my Facebook channel to here on my YouTube channel. So there's a couple playlists for videos to help it make it where it's a lot easier. So I have an entire playlist for Harry Potter, The Maze Runner, all my best stuff for Halos in one spot, all my best stuff for Destiny and Overwatch, Battlefield, and Call of Duty are all in one spot, so it'll be easier for you guys to locate and find. Also, if you guys are wanting your own individual copies of these books for you to be able to read on your own, you guys can let me know in the comments section, and I will let you know what my email address is, and I will email a copy of this to you if you guys so desire. With that, let's get into the reading. Chapter 6, A Visit from an Old Friend. "It is the truth," said Stacey. "Why would Darko kill me, our friends, and our family?" I asked, trying to understand the whole picture. "Darko wants you dead because of you preventing the cancer from killing me. Everyone else here we care about, like my parents and our lovely dog, are on his death list to ensure his main mission is completed, but for my father," replied Stacey. "So are we demons or humans?" asked Amy, holding Henry's right hand. "We are all human," said Stacey. I looked at my parents and understood why they kept the dark secret under wraps. "Were you planning on telling me this any time, sweetheart?" I asked. "Probably not. I didn't feel the need unless events like this transpired," replied Stacey. "What now?" asked Pastor Bob, wanting to go back to sleep. "Let's all go back to sleep. We will plan our next move this afternoon and end this struggle by tonight," I said. Everyone returned to their sleeping areas, fell asleep, and all wondered what my plan would be next. The clocks ticked and tocked to 1 p.m. swiftly, where the group of 12 were awake. By this time, we had all worked together to bury Dieter's corpse in the backyard and finished eating lunch. "Douglas, what's the plan?" asked Pastor Bob, wanting to solve this freaky demon problem quickly. "I don't know," I replied. "What do you mean? You always have a plan for everything, no matter what," said Jack. "I mean, I don't have a plan," I exclaimed. "We can't stop him," said Sarah. "Yes, we can," said a voice, not heard in a long time. The group, sitting around the kitchen, looked to see an old friend that had been dead for many years. "I don't believe it," said Zach. Zach dashed out of his chair and ran to hug the person that appeared out of nowhere. However, Zach's entire body walked straight through the old friend. "I'm sorry, Zach, but you can't touch me. I'm no longer alive in this world," said the old friend. "It's great to see you again, Rosh," I said. "Likewise," said Rosh. "It's great to see you again, Rosh," I said. "Likewise," said Rosh. "Is your uncle with you?" asked Phil. "No. Thanks to my uncle's crime by hanging me for my inheritance, he lost his chance to enter heaven," answered Rosh. "What's the purpose of your visit?" asked Henry, beginning to understand why I didn't want to talk about my past. "I thought you could use some help. God informed me about Darko, and I know your solution," said Rosh. "You attempted to trap and kill me in a confined space. I suggest going to Cornerstone Baptist Church where you can have more options to trap and destroy Darko," said Rosh. "How do we kill him?" asked Stacey. Douglas's skin can burn Darko because of his true love for you, Stacey, but it won't put him down. Darko may not be human, but humans can kill him, said Rosh. Like a bullet from a gun, said Jack. That's one way, said Rosh. Thank you for your help, I said. You're welcome, but before I leave, I wanted to tell you the truth about how Stacey's cancer was removed, said Rosh. What do you mean? I asked. Stacey was going to die on June 24th, 2012, from the cancer her father and brother put in her, but there was only one way to save her, said Rosh. Yes, I won the lottery of $4 million, paid for the surgery, and the doctors saved her, I said. That's not what saved Stacey. I saved her, said Rosh. What? Asked Stacey. The cost for the surgery and winning the lottery was a trial from God to test Douglas's love for you, Stacey. He passed it, and God gave me the power to operate on you, remove the cancer in seconds, and saved you from death. I was the doctor in disguise that told Douglas you were alive and would be okay, said Rosh. Thank you, Rosh, I said. This is the last time I will be able to visit Earth. God has said this planet will come to an end within the next 1,825 days, said Rosh. Rosh vanished from sight. My dad showed his armory of pistols and ammunition still hidden under my bed, and then I ended up handing everyone one gun to those that were coming with me and Stacey to destroy Darko, the evil bunny spirit, once and for all. Chapter 7. Darko Strikes Again. At 10 p.m. the plan was decided and was simple. My parents and children would remain at the house with guns, while Stacey, Phil, Sarah, Zach, Jack, Devin, Bobby, and I would be armed, each with a pistol, to destroy Darko at Pastor Bob's church. The killing force was separated into two groups to force the demon to choose who to attack first, and allow the other team to assist, without Darko knowing reinforcements were nearby. Stacey, Phil, Sarah, and I formed one group, while Zach, Jack, Devin, and Bob formed the other team. My team set up shop in the high school gym of the church, while the other team blocked the entrances and exits at the church's main entrance area. Douglas, what are you doing? Asked Phil. Darko wants us dead, so he's going to fight us. This church is big enough for us to make it easier to shoot a moving target and dodge his psychic energy balls, I replied. As Phil and I talked, the other group heard the sound of someone in the church's library, which was locked from the outside and did not have lights on, and I knew Darko was nearby. Devin counted heads and saw Zach, Jack, and Bob were in the gathering space to make sure what he did next would not kill his friends. Devin, did you hear something odd? Asked Jack, with Zach and Bob alongside him and behind Devin. The library, replied Devin, aiming his pistol at the glass windows and double doors. Wait! Yelled Bob. Without stopping, Devin fired an entire 12 bullets from his pistol, shattering the glass, and seconds later allowing a stream of blood to flow out of the library and towards the group. Devin quickly reloaded while the rest of the team aimed their guns at the library also. What did you shoot? Asked Jack. Me, said a voice. The group turned around to see Darko with his mouth open and a flame inside. The flame came out of his mouth and burned both Jack and Zach to death. Devin and Bob ran separate ways after narrowly escaping the burning death, but did not get far because of Darko's super speed. Darko caught up to the pastor, grabbed him by his throat, flew them both to the ceiling, and the demon jammed Pastor Bob's head into a powered-on light bulb. After the pastor's barbecue death, Stacey's evil demon brother teleported to Devin's position and tossed a psychic ball at him, yet it missed. Devin ran with all of his strength towards the only entrance and exit to the high school gym, opened the doors, looked at me and my group, and screamed, "He can fly! And breathe fire!" The next second ball of psychic energy traveled through his chest, and my older brother died. No! I yelled. Chapter 8. The Last of Us. Open fire! Yelled Phil. The last of the task force designed to kill Darko began shooting at the bunny demon. Bullets flew in all directions towards Darko, but because of the demon's speed, nothing impacted him. Run! Yelled Phil. The group of four dashed onto the band platform, out of the gym, and into the back room. Then they raced left down a flight of stairs, out into the main walkway, and looked behind them to see Darko slowly walking behind. "You could run, but you can't hide," said Stacey's evil brother. "Prove it," I replied. Darko fired a flame of intense heat from his mouth, which separated me and Stacey from Phil and Sarah. "Hide!" I yelled to Phil and Sarah. The two groups ran their separate ways, with Phil and Sarah heading back to the gathering space, while Stacey and I hid in the box-cluttered college room. Sarah and Phil ran and ran to avoid being cooked alive by Darko's flame. Once Sarah and Phil reached the office's bathroom, Darko teleported in front of them. The couple opened with their pistols, but Darko's speed allowed him to dodge them all. Phil ran straight at Darko, using his pistol as a hammer to distract the demon, while Sarah reloaded her gun. Phil swung his arm with his gun, but before he could injure the deadly demon, Darko punched the man in the chest and smashed him into the wall next to Sarah. With Phil unconscious, Sarah fired again, however the gun was jammed. Darko picked up Sarah and lunged her into the wall next to her husband. "Where is Stacey?" asked Darko, looking at Sarah. "Like my wife would tell you, devil spirit," said Phil, regaining his head and strength. "I'm right here, brother," said Stacey, standing behind Darko with her gun's barrel to the backside of his head. The last chapter of the book, Chapter 9. Darko, Destruction. "Wait!" yelled a strange voice. While I helped Phil and Sarah out of the wall, everyone looked to see a man covered in black with red eyes. "Father, I have failed the mission," said Darko to the stranger. "Who are you?" asked Stacey, still ready to kill Darko. "I am your father, Satan," replied the man. Everyone was shocked to realize the impossible news was the possible truth and reality. "Why do you not remember me at all, and only your brother a little?" asked Satan. "I changed my ways. I knew the results of the change, yet it did not matter," answered Stacey. "Why do you want us all dead?" I asked. Stacey was the primary target all along. I wanted her dead because she did indeed turn from good to evil. You, Douglas, were on the death list for helping God save her from the death by passing his test. Your friends and family were just people needed to be eliminated to prevent more roadblocks in the mission, replied Satan. "Then why should I not hesitate to kill both of you?" said Stacey to Satan. "Do you really want to kill your own bloodline family?" asked Satan. Stacey looked at me, Phil, and Sarah with a "what should I do" look, and I winked at her. "Choose, sister," said Darko. "I choose my family," said Stacey. Darko and Satan smiled, but suddenly my wife pulled the trigger on them both. "My family would never try to kill me, my friends, my husband and his family, or anyone else close to me," said Stacey. The Last of Us just watched Stacey kill her own father and brother. We returned to my parents' house shortly after with all 6 dead bodies in the trunk of my green Camaro. My parents informed my family, my friends, and I the funeral arrangements would be taken care of in secret, so no one questioned how, when, where, or why they died. It was their newest job to clean up things that were not common in the world. As the bodies were removed, I wished Phil and Sarah a great honeymoon, gave them thanks for battling Darko, and encouragement to continue making music in the band Glory Road. After Darko's destruction, both Henry and Amy realized why I did not want to talk about my past. There were dark secrets both shared and hidden in the past, which affected the present and future to great degrees. Then, my wife and I got in the car while I asked my father... Sorry. Hang on a second. There's something going on. Then, my wife got in the car while I asked my father a question. "Do you have any more secrets to tell me?" I asked. "No, but remember that Rosh stated God spoke about Earth's end in under 5 years," replied David. I entered the car's driver's side door, pulled out of the driveway and headed back towards our home in Dallas, Texas. Once my family was on the highway, Phil, Sarah, David, and Deborah looked at each other as the clock in the house struck midnight. "Did you tell your son about who we are?" asked Phil, to my parents. "No," answered Deborah. "Are you sure?" asked Sarah. "Yes. Douglas has no idea the reason the four of us weren't killed is because we are Satan's children too," replied David. "Good," said Phil with a grin. And that is it, guys. We have come to the conclusion of Stacey the Dark Secret. This book series trilogy will conclude. Stacey the Halo War is the third book in this trilogy. But because this is a series of books that are kind of like the Avengers, we're not going to get to Stacey the Halo War until the very end of these book series. So now that we have finished this, the next book we will be starting off is The Island. It's kind of an offshoot of Lost and some other really cool science fiction things. And that has its own trilogy, so I will be reading The Island, Island 2, The Creature, and then Island 3, The Unleashed. So look forward to those coming out in the very future here on my channel. You guys all have a phenomenal day, and I'll see you guys in the next video or stream. Bye, guys.